Hi students, my name is Laura Antonez and I am your virtual content specialist for multilingual learners. And today on Unit 8, Day 11, on the impact of diet on resource use and climate change, we will be doing together some Living Environment Regents Questions Practice on the impact of diet on resource use and climate change. The Regents exam is fast approaching and we need to get ready. So let's begin. Our first question is a review question. There are over 2,000 kinds of edible insects in the world, and they are becoming an increasingly popular source of protein. 1 cup of cricket flour contains over 28 grams of protein. The building blocks of the protein in cricket flour are... Before you answer, make sure that you're reading the question correctly and read it again if necessary. Pay attention and see how I have been circling and highlighting important keywords. And one tip that I can give you to solve this question is to paraphrase the question a different way. So what is the question asking you for? So actually the question is asking me for what is the building blocks of protein? Simple as that. Now pause the video, choose the right answer and come back to it. That is correct. The right answer is amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of any kind of protein. You got it right because you were able to synthesize what was really important from the question. Great job! Let's do a different one. Base your answer to this question on the information below and on your knowledge of biology. All right, so I'm going to use Immersive Reader to read this text to you, and I'm going to be annotating on the text at the same time, so you are able to see my thinking. Let's begin.
Barley gene lowers emissions from rice. Over half the people on the planet eat rice as a staple food. Growing rice emits methane, a potent greenhouse gas, to the tune of 25 million to 100 million tons of methane every year, a notable contribution to human-caused greenhouse gas emissions. When rice paddies are flooded, methane-producing bacteria thrive on the carbohydrates secreted by rice roots in the oxygen-free soils. The rice plant itself acts as a conduit, pathway, transmitting methane from the soil into the atmosphere. Source: Times Tribune, July 23, 15.
Okay, have you seen how I have been circling and highlighting ideas and words, maybe some key ideas that I'm not sure if I understand. I'm trying to make sense of them. This is exactly what you have to do during your regions. Just please take a highlighter, take a pencil, write down your ideas, what is going through your mind as you are reading this text. All this is super important because now we are going to read the question. And it's going to be so much easier to get it right if you have been doing this work previously. So let's go ahead and read the question. Scientists have incorporated a barley gene into a type of rice and produced rice plants that have much lower methane emissions. It's most likely that the scientists incorporate the barley gene into the rice, producing a new variety using the process of... All right, I've been highlighting as well words as well. We're talking about scientists, and we're talking about a new type of rice, and we're talking about incorporating, and we're talking about producing a new variety. So all that is already working in my mind. So now read the answers and choose the right one and come back to this video. That is correct. The answer is genetic engineering. And I'm sure that the keywords that I just told you help you to understand which one was the right answer. Engineers are scientists. They are producing a new variety. They are incorporating a barley gene into another type of rice. So this sounds like genetic engineering 100%, right? All right. So actually, this question in the regions had a question 51 associated to it, and we are going to do it as well. Okay, question 51 says, now that the scientists have developed this new variety of rice plants, identify one method that could be used to produce large quantities of only these beneficial plants. All right, let's look at the question and find the keywords. Remember, when the question says identify, I just have to give the name of one method, not two, not three, just one method, okay? You don't have to explain, just have to give the name of one method that can be used to produce a lot of these beneficial plants. Think about one method that you know, pause the video, and then come back to it. Great. I'm sure that you thought of the word cloning, but maybe the word didn't come up to your mind. So maybe you could have said something like, hey, make cuttings to grow more of these beneficial plants, or even planting large fields of these beneficial plants, or planting large amounts of this particular rice could have been also right questions. Great job. Let's do a last question together. Okay, here we go with the last question of this video. The bar graph below shows the number of species in 4 pond ecosystems. And as you can see, on the vertical axis, you have the number of different species, and it goes from 20 to over 200. And in the horizontal axis, you have A, B, C, and D that are 4 different pond ecosystems. And here's the question. Based on this information, meaning based on the bar graph, which ecosystem is likely to be the most stable? And again, observe how, as I was reading, I show you my thinking by circling and highlighting important words. Remember that a trick is to paraphrase this sentence, and this question basically is asking you which one of these A, B, C, or D ecosystems is most stable. So to be able to answer, I will need to think what most stable means in terms of ecology. I'm sure you remember. So pause this video, think about the question, think about the answer, and then come back to it, and I'll give you the final answer for today. That is correct. C is the most stable ecosystem. Remember that an ecosystem is very stable if it has great biodiversity. So among A, B, C, and D, C is the ecosystem that has a higher number of different species, and that makes the ecosystem very resistant and resilient in case of a disturbance. So we made it to the end of the video today. I hope this review was useful for you, and I see you in the next video. Have a great week, and bye-bye.